Here are the takeaways. President Zelensky and the Ukrainian people are just awesome. They're willing to fight for their freedom to the death if they have to. There are planes available by NATO nations, MiGs, that the Ukrainians can fly. So let's get them the planes and drones they need. So I will do everything I can to be the voice of the Ukrainian people on multiple fronts, particularly in the area of war crimes, to the Russian people. Rise up and stop this madness by any means possible.
That was United States Senator Lindsey Graham after participating in a Zoom conference call with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Saturday. Graham called for fighter jets and drones to be sent to Ukraine. He calls himself the voice of the Ukrainian people, and he romanticizes the idea of Ukrainians fighting to the death against Russia. Now, a few days ago, Graham stirred up a big controversy by calling for the assassination of Vladimir Putin on national television.
Somebody in Russia has to step up to the plate. Is there Brutus in Russia? Is there a more successful Colonel Stauffenberg in the Russian military? The only way this ends, my friend, is for somebody in Russia to take this guy out.
Now, on New Year's Eve 2016, U.S. Senators Lindsey Graham, the late John McCain, and Amy Klobuchar were in Ukraine on the front lines in the war in Donbass, speaking to Ukrainian Marines.
Your fight is our fight.
Ваша боротьба – це наша боротьба.
2017 will be the year of offense.
Рік 2016 рік буде ріком нападу.
All of us will go back to Washington and we will push the case against Russia.
Ми всі повернемося до Вашингтону і ми будемо відстоювати санкції проти Росії.
Enough of a Russian aggression.
Досить вже російської агресії.
It is time for them to pay a heavier price.
Час вже, щоб вони заплатили важчу ціну.
I believe you will win. I am convinced you will win, and we will do everything we can to provide you with what you need to win.
Я вірю в те, що ви виграєте.
Those statements were made long after Ukraine had already signed the 2015 Minsk Agreement. Ukraine was supposed to begin negotiating with Donetsk and Luhansk and working towards peace. Does it sound like Lindsey Graham and John McCain were advocating for peace? They say, let 2017 be the year of offense, and they make wild promises that America is going to back them up. You may remember Lindsey Graham and John McCain from other such major American foreign policy debacles as the war in Syria, the war in Libya, the war in Iraq, the war in Afghanistan, and several other lesser-known wars. Now, I believe that Graham, McCain, and several other major American politicians believed that it was in America's strategic interest not for the Ukrainian government to seek peace in Donbass, but they wanted to agitate the situation and get an even bigger war going.
The United States aids Ukraine and her people so that we can fight Russia over there and we don't have to fight Russia here.
That's Adam Schiff 2 years ago making a claim that the U.S. is using Ukraine to, quote, fight Russia over there.
Yeah.
And so my point is, if you don't want Russia to fight Ukraine, don't use Ukraine to fight Russia.
Imagine how different things might be if Graham had been advocating peace in the Donbass and calling on the implementation of the 2015 Minsk Agreement. And even now, he's hyping the idea of Ukrainians going down in a blaze of glory like Custer's last stand.
And Mr. Zelensky, I think, is postponing the inevitable in the hopes that we are going to rescue him, and we are not coming. President Biden has made that very clear. And I think the most heroic thing that he can do right now is to come to terms with reality. Neutralize Ukraine. This is not a bad thing. A neutral Ukraine would be good for us as well as for Russia. It would create the buffer that, frankly, both sides want. But he's, I think, being told to hang on. and try to drag this out, which is tragic for the people that have to live through this.
Here's an idea. Why doesn't Lindsey Graham report to the Ukrainian embassy and sign up for the territorial defense? And he can go march into battle with a Kalashnikov and some Molotov cocktails against the Russian army. All right, thanks for watching this video. Click the like button, post a comment below, tell me what you think about this, and click the subscribe button. New video every few days.